Welcome to a Monday Mindfulness Meditation. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you if you watch this recording. Every Monday, Wednesday, I guide these meditations. So, we'll find a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a chair today. You can sit cross-legged on the floor. Oh, Daniela, I'm so glad you popped in here because we'll talk about boundaries after meditation. And for those of you on YouTube that see this, I hang out on my TikTok after these Monday, Wednesday meditations. And yeah, they're pretty lively and fun and supportive, full of love and inspiring. Okay, so everyone find your comfortable seat. You can practice laying down, but I do encourage you to try practicing sitting up. It's just a different energy level and it's a different mind state when you're sitting versus lying down. I find when you're sitting, it's easier to observe the mind and it's easier to pay attention rather than laying down. If I'm laying down, it gets a bit sleepy and dreamy and I find I really can just drift off into thoughts for ages. Okay, so this is my tuning fork. This is what it sounds like. So it's a 528 hertz frequency. That's the frequency of the heart. So one more time, this is what it sounds like. So I'm gonna ring us in 3 times. Or actually, no, I'm just gonna ring us in once to signal the beginning of meditation. I'll keep track of 15 minutes. So you just let go of that timekeeper in our head. And if you're gonna be here, just commit 15 minutes, It's not that long. And this is like exercise for your brain. This is like flossing for our mind. So your eyes either can be gently closed or a soft gaze towards the ground. And thank you for being here. And we'll begin. Landing into the body. Just noticing, how does it feel to be in this body of yours this morning, afternoon, or evening? And landing in your breath. Just begin noticing your breath at the tip of the nose or the little patch of skin just right below your nostrils. This might be a new area in your body that you paid attention to. So for today's mindfulness practice, this will be the area, our anchor of our attention, noticing our breath as it flows in, as we're breathing in. Just noticing moment by moment as you're observing a stream of flowing air. And then noticing as you're breathing out, you might notice the air might feel a bit warmer after being warmed in your body. And just let your breath flow naturally. You might notice we might have a tendency wanting to control the breath. And you might notice when we begin just watching our breath, we want to control it. Or it feels like we're controlling it. So just let go of any sense of controlling. Let go of any sense of achieving. There's no right or wrong way. You won't get any golden stars or any A pluses on how you practice and how you do today. Let that go. So as best as you can for the next 14 minutes, can you remain still in the body and just observe the breath and allow thoughts that might be coming up. Allow any storylines that might be currently present. Imagine them like clouds in the background. Clouds will form, clouds will stay, and clouds will disappear. And that's kind of like our thoughts. So you can imagine we're just kind of sitting at a riverbank and we're just observing the flowing rivers of our breath. Noticing the in-breath, the beginning, the middle, and the end of this breath. You might even notice a little gap, the little pause between breaths. And then noticing this breath. Noticing the beginning, the middle, and the end. So, this is the practice. We are cultivating, we are improving our concentration. And it's perfectly normal when we find ourselves drifted off into thoughts, as if our head drifted into the clouds and we forgot that we were just simply observing the rivers of our breath. So when you do notice your mind wanders, you might notice some judging thoughts. You might be beating yourself up. You might be judging, oh, I'm so distracted. I can't do this. Is there something wrong with me? Notice that these are thoughts and they might be charged with emotions. So let those thoughts go, let those clouds go, and bring yourself back to the riverbank and just pick up where you left off and just begin observing again, observing this breath, the middle, the end, pause, the beginning, the middle, end. So this is a perspective change. We aren't trying to control anything. We're not trying to create calmness. Let go of any expectations of what you think meditation is and how you should be feeling. Drop the shoulds. And just bring yourself again and again back to the breath. And if there's charged emotions that are currently present, can you just simply hold space for these emotions? And you can, again, imagine whatever emotions, whatever sensations in the body, can you be present with them without trying to change them, without judging them? Just let them go. Let them drift on by and just bring your attention again and again back to the breath. If the mind has wandered into thinking, planning out the day, in fantasies and imagined conversations, or maybe it's ruminating on a past event, just notice where your mind has wandered to. This is perfectly normal. This is the distracted monkey mind. So just kindly bring your attention back to the nose, back to the breath, and begin again. So every time we come back to the breath, we are, in those moments, aware of thoughts, aware that, I've wandered from my meditation instructions. Back to the breath. We're not trying to change anything. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to be. We've been sitting for about maybe 7 minutes now. So if there's any irritation in the body, like you really want to move or itch, adjust your body, you want to react, see if you can bring your attention now. Where in the body is a source of this irritation, this frustration? Maybe it's in your sit bones where you're sitting. Maybe it's in the neck and the shoulders. Maybe there's an itch in the arm or on the face. So see if you can, without reacting, moving, just bring your attention now to the area, whether it's on the skin or maybe deeper in the tissue and the muscle, and just land your attention there. And just like how you were observing the breath, can you observe this area in the body and just notice without judging it? Can you notice moment by moment? What does a sensation feel like? Can you notice what are the background thoughts, the background judgments, or the emotions? Can you be here with it? Sometimes just paying attention and acknowledging parts of our body, it might bring a sense of openness, a sense of peace. And we're actually training our mind to be less reactive and less judgmental because we cause so much pain to ourselves when we judge ourselves, criticize ourselves, and we're thinking, oh, it shouldn't be like this way or it should be like this way. We're kind of running away from this moment. And mindfulness is becoming aware and present in this moment. So you might notice maybe the sensations, the irritation might have decreased from us just acknowledging and observing this part of the body. So if sensation has been less intense now, just bring your attention back to the nose, back to the breath. Or if sensation is really intense, it's too much, before you begin moving, set the intention, I'm going to adjust because sensation is too much and I want to take care of myself. So set the intention of moving the body, and then as you're moving, move mindfully. Notice, observe as you're adjusting the beginning of your movement, maybe the itching, the middle of the movement, and then the end of the movement. And then as you settle back into your meditation seat and landing here, maybe you notice already thoughts are changing, emotions are changing. And just bring your attention back to the breath, back to the nose, and just begin again. Beginning, the middle, and the end of this breath. Little pause. Beginning, middle, end of this breath. If any sense of fear, worrying, fight or flight is currently present, can we be with it? Can we stay here with it without running away, without judging it, without wishing that it should be different? Just be with your breath as we hold space and observe these background emotions and thoughts. Being someone that has suffered through anxiety, I spent my whole life trying to avoid it, trying to fix it, trying to wish it was different, distracting myself. The best way through anxiety, oh, I said it, it's actually to be with and to move through it, but from a place of awareness, from a place of here. Has the mind wandered? Just bring yourself back to the breath and begin again. And just for a couple moments, let go of keeping our attention to our nose, to our breath, and just allow the attention to wander. But see if you can just remain aware of where kind of the attention goes. And see if maybe you can begin to maybe observe your thoughts or the storylines as if you're more of a bystander, an observer, rather being fully in the scene of your thoughts. As if you're kind of watching your thoughts, your stream of consciousness through a TV screen. We're approaching the end of meditation. Just take a moment to check in. How does it feel like now to be in this body of yours? Has your emotions changed since 15 minutes ago compared to now? Maybe you can name your emotions. Maybe it's a bit confusing to feel our emotions. And just notice that. Perhaps notice, numbness, or notice apathy, or just feeling of blankness. Just notice that. And thank yourself. Thank yourself for practicing today, for setting aside 15 minutes to cultivate attention, to do some mind work, and to take steps to finding peace in the chaos of our minds. You might even want to imagine just giving yourself a little pat on the back, a little hug to yourself for doing something that is so good for the mind and the body and the soul. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. You can gently blink open the eyes. I encourage everyone, if you've been sitting, just take a little stand. I encourage everyone to just stretch the body. Maybe a little wiggle. And let me know in the chat, how was that? Any thoughts, insights, notes, any clarifications about the practice? Let me know in the chat. And if that was your first time, how was it? What was that experience like? And how do you feel now? And thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Thank you for watching the recordings, people of the future. And I'll see you next meditation. Or maybe next time you can join me on TikTok as well, and you can stick around for the chat afterwards. Take care. Namaste. Okay, sweet.